What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of Monster Bass Live. It's going to be a little bit different than last week's. It's going to be a little bit different than the week before. Not only am I wearing a shirt that has no sleeves, but we don't have a podcast producer, and we may never have one again. So, what's going on? You are number one. Yeah, I know that's right. It's crazy. If you had ever told me I would, let alone wear a shirt without sleeves, let alone go live, let's just say I lost a bet. But we're all good here. We're all good. I got some Zyn. Actually, I'm just joking. I use it to keep my cough drops in it. So I'm going to take one because I'm sure you guys don't hear me coughing. But I got a great show for you today. We are going to walk through this month's box. We're going to talk about me learning how to fish. And we might even have a real challenge. But before we do, I just want everyone to know this is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year because it's the start of football season. And I don't know if you guys like college or pro. I'd love to know who your team is in the chat. But as you know, my son goes to the University of Southern California, so I am now a tried and true loyal Trojan fan. And we went into Vegas and we went up against those fine folks at LSU and put a smackdown on the SEC and showed everybody why we are the face of the Big Ten. So that was exciting. What was even more exciting, and I'd love to know what you guys think before we get into this. I might put something in the chat. A few weeks ago we were talking about should I have a kid, should I not, with my girlfriend, and you guys all gave me some really good food for thought, and I'm still working on it. But I want you guys to know, I don't know if any of you have ever done this, but I resigned. I gave my girlfriend a letter of resignation. I'm not making this up. I gave her a letter of resignation for all my boyfriend duties from the start of September all the way through to Super Bowl Sunday. And if you think I'm joking, I'm going to put it in the chat for you. There's the link. You can all read it. I will actually save you the trouble. Dear Ashley, I hope this letter finds you in good spirits. It's a mix with heavy-heartedness and excitement, anticipation that I submit my formal resignation as your loyal and devoted boyfriend, at least during the time slots specified below. And, of course, that was Monday evenings, Thursday evenings, Sundays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I talked about how this hiatus would continue through the playoffs, Saturdays and Sundays, and in January, all the way through the Super Bowl Sunday. And I let her know that this resignation was temporary. It's not a reflection of my love, but it is a reflection of my devotion to the NFL. And I want everyone to know, like, I also offered to make myself available for, coupling activities should she so fit. Elizabeth, it's not a virus. It is actually my link. And, I thought I'd share that with everyone because, we're family and we've been here together. A couple weeks ago, you guys were giving me advice on whether I should have, become a parent again. This week, I'm letting you know I resigned temporarily for obvious reasons. It's the start of the NFL season. And last night I had my fantasy draft. I always get nervous about my fantasy draft. Do you guys do fantasy? I'd love to know in the chat who's in fantasy right now. Because here's what it was. I had the number 3 pick So obviously I went wide receiver because there was no way Christian McCaffrey was going to be available. And so I was either going to pick Tyreek Hill or CC. And of course, Tyreek Hill went number 2, so I gladly took CC. And lo and behold, when the draft was over, I'm like, I don't know. I was in the middle of something else, and I was just doing it. I did no preparation. I got my Yahoo grade. Sure enough, I got an A+, projected to be 12-2 in first. And why do I feel so bad? It's like the kiss of death, right? Like, I would much rather have them tell me I got like a C+ and I've got room for growth, because now I feel like there's a lot of pressure. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So, being in Los Angeles, I'm a Rams fan. As a little kid growing up, I always told my mom I was going to move to Los Angeles. And so here I am in Los Angeles, and I'm a Rams fan. I feel pretty good this season. But I'd love to know who you guys' teams are. Let me see. Teams. What teams we got here? Chaplain Cap, who's your team? I know you got a team. I want to know. T-Rex is probably like a Raiders fan. Who'd get shot? Oh, that round. Well, listen. Scott Sanchez, she did not retire from her girlfriend duties. In fact, she went and bragged about it. She posted on social media to all her friends. And they were like, oh, my God, you should marry him. See? That's what good honesty gets you. A temporary football with the Dallas Stars. Oh, I have tickets to the Kings. I like Kings, but I have like a half season. Pittsburgh Steelers. I love them. I think the Steelers have a big problem at quarterback. I like them both, but listen, like, you can't have two roosters in the hen house. It just doesn't do well. I'm from New York, and so of course I love the Bills. I don't know who's running the ball. I know who's passing, but like, we don't have Diggs to stretch the field, so that makes me a little nervous too. So, all right, what else? Patriots. SC. I promise you guys, we're gonna get to the box in a second. In fact, we're also gonna get to a real challenge, to where I'm gonna give away something. I'm gonna give away a rod. I found a rod in the garage, $250. Giving it away. Jeremy Hickman. JT's putting the lump sticks to work. I love that. Love that. Go Pack, go. You guys must, all you Packer fans, must hate McCarthy so much. Be so grateful he's in Dallas, because he's the worst. He might be the worst head coach in football. He's not a good play caller. And the fact that you won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers is enough to make me like go from being a Packers fan to being a Raiders fan. Like, that was the worst. That guy, he's so done in Dallas. He's so done in Dallas. So done in Dallas. So, what do we got here? No team dumped the Chargers when they moved to LA. You're not wrong, bro. They should never left San Diego. The Chargers are a San Diego team. He should have been there from this get-go. Their owner, garbage. Absolute garbage. Carolina Panthers, Chris Harley. I think you got a long season ahead of you, bro. That's I think Jeremy Hickman with the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson comes back. I think you've got a pretty decent team, especially with some good wide receivers. Lions look good. Can they repeat? All right. I could talk about football all day long. I could talk about football all day long. Here's what I'd like to know. I'm going to walk through September's box. Actually, before I do, we're on the football kick. Let's do it right now. Oof. Can I do this? Start of the season. Who is your pick for the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl? Put it in the right now. We're going to come back to this later on. We're going to come back to this at the end of the season. I see it. Lions, Ravens, KC, Broncos. Wow, that's a stretch, bro. KC, Bills, 49ers, Steelers defense. I will tell you, I do love the Ravens. Derrick Henry, that guy can be anything decent. That guy, he's a beast. And Lamar Jackson's a stud. I need to see Jordan Love come back in another season. I think you overpaid for a quarterback. I think you overpaid for him. I think Miami overpaid for Tua. It's amazing. I think Bo Nix has a lot of potential. All right, so we got our picks in. Everyone got their picks in? All right, I'm going to come back to this later in the season. No one said Dallas. That's right, Mongo, because everybody knows. Everybody knows that McCarthy's getting fired at the end of the season. He's awful. Awful. He's not a good play caller. All right. We're all here for a few things. And unless I hear otherwise, and that would be confirmed in the chat or you guys texting me or calling me, I'm getting rid of the phone lines. I'm getting rid of the phone lines because nobody uses it. We get the same 3 people. No disrespect to you 3. Thank you so much for calling in, but nobody calls in. So what's the point of having it and paying for it if we're not going to use it? I thought it'd be really cool when people would call in, ask questions about the box. I thought that you guys would call in and just want to shoot the shit, whatever. Beep. But now what I'm finding is no one's calling it. So we could use Discord. That could be cool. Would you be willing, Lilac Cow, to run my Discord community in exchange for a lot of product? If so, hit me up at rick@monsterbass.com and tell me, and let's have a conversation. Okay. The box. And yes, Carol, you did call in before Christmas. Thank you. Metalhead music, yes. Okay. So, a couple questions before we roll into this. I like the bag. I like the bag because A, it's different, and B, the box really serves no purpose. It's great for mailing your stuff and protecting it, but at the end of the day, I literally take these and I use them to start fires in my back. I burn a lot of wood here in Los Angeles, and that's great. But the box serves no value, and I'd rather spend the dollar that it costs to make the boxes or whatever that is and put it towards something you guys can use. But I don't love the bag. I mean, it's great, but I would love to create something that's more quality. And so I am working on something for the new year that I hope is going to be better. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion in the box or bag. I need to hear from everybody. Let me know. I'm waiting. Well, everyone wants bag. Yep. You know what else I do with them? I pack up Amazon returns and I ship them out. One of my friends, she's a mailman. She told me she found some Monster Bass boxes in her stuff. Yeah. So. All right, good stuff. Box is not really biodegradable. You're correct. However, the box is made out of recycled material, and the plastic, almost all of it's made from recycled material. So I'm doing the best I can to make something that's all recyclable. And I get it. It's kind of hard, but okay. First off, the September box. I hope you guys all had a good Labor Day weekend. We're going to be like 4 days behind on shipping because the warehouse closed early last week to give their workers a extra long weekend, and then they took Monday off. So they just started getting today. They'll start shipping, but they'll be a few days behind. Thank you for your patience. Not much I can do. I don't own my warehouse. I'm actually in the same warehouse as Molex, Genco, some rod company that I've not heard of, and a few others. So they're coming. All right, let's get into it. As you guys know, or maybe don't, September is actually one of my most favorite times to go fishing. I feel like it's, as I say this, the freaking temperatures in California are out of control. It's like going to be like 100 all. You going to a concert on Saturday night? It's going to be the worst. Anyway, September to me is usually like one of those months where the temperatures start to cool off a little bit, and I can start to throw a little more top water. And lo and behold, that's not what it is right now. It's gum. It's gum. It's gum. Trust me. All right, Steven. So before we do this, I want to remind, because I take a lot of phone calls from people that say, this isn't exactly what I got. What I'm about to show you may not be the exact mix of baits that you're going to receive. I don't know where in the country you are as listeners. I don't know whether you have a silver, a gold, a multi-species, or a platinum box, which means there's a lot of variation in this. So, without further ado, first and foremost, and the baits I'm showing you may or may not be the colors that you're going to see. All right, first and foremost, the Whopper Plopper. It's been about 2.5 years. They never give them to me. I call them about them all the time. And they were kind enough to put me on like a 9-month waiting list to get more Whopper Ploppers. There are different sizes and different colors. This bait was out in the water on Tuesday, and I caught nothing. I came out a little bit too late. I probably could have used this earlier in the morning, but I'd love to know. I'd love what the hype is and why you guys love the Whopper Plopper. I get the action. I get why. But if I'm being 100% honest with all of you, I've never caught a fish on the Whopper Plopper. Never. Not once in my life. And T-Rex, thank you very much. I was over at Balboa Lake, and I'm also committed. And I'm going to tell you guys about this after this bait. I've never caught a bait on the Whopper Plopper, and part of me feels really crappy about it. Like everybody brags about how good the Whopper Plopper is. Oh, it's such a great bait. It's whatever. and yeah, get it, man. I chuck it out there. I pull it back, and I crank that little speed. I let him run all the way. And, you know, if you're new to fishing, I don't want you to get caught up on the fact that you need to have 9 rods. I was actually talking with Chris today, Mr. Wishnowski. The reality is, you can fish just about everything on a spinning rod. Don't let the West Coasters fool you. I know we love our bait casters out here. You can pretty much fish just about anything on a single bait. Now, are you going to have better performance on stuff? But if you're brand new and you're watching this, you don't need a special rod to throw this. Tie it on. I like it. Personally, I would tie it on early in the morning. I would chuck that sucker out there and I just give it a rip. Now, I'd like to know what everybody thinks about this thing. And yes, Cisco, I agree with you. The long cast parallel to the bank, great. That's what I did all morning long. I've actually got some video of me doing it. And I'm going to share that. But I'd love to know what you guys think about this bait. Guys, I hear you. I have an actual one. It's right here. And if my podcast producer didn't leave me high and dry, I'd be talking to the mic. It would sound great. But I don't have one. So lo and behold, stuck with me and my iPad. Or sorry, me and my MacBook. So what I want to know from you guys is when during the day, for someone that's new, whether it's me or someone who's tuning in for the first time, guys, when is the time to throw the Whopper Plopper during the day? Comment down below. I'd love to know. Morning, noon. Because I'm not having success. I'm just not. It's a great bait. I really wish I could sit here and tell you I've had tremendous success on it. I will mention 2 other walking baits. Actually, I will mention another bait in this month's box that I've had tremendous luck with. So for the most part, people are talking about shade lines, dawn to dusk, time of day doesn't matter, body of water. The first jar, I agree, the body of water for sure. Early morning, works all day if you have shade mix. See, Jeremy, I thought you were going to tell me it works all day. Brian Rand, here's what I want to know. Most loyal community member. You're all loyal, but Brian's been around longest, and he spent more money than all of you. So he's either independently wealthy, or he knows nothing too about fishing, or he just likes me. Either way, you have these in 3 different sizes. What size do you like best and why? And Heather Cummings, don't you worry. You're part of the Geezer squad, which, by the way, made an appearance recently. I don't know where you were. I'm going to put this to the side while Brian answers that question. And, Rock, are you able to put a question in the chat? I'd like to know if people are excited about this bait. Are you excited that the Whopper Plopper is in the box? It's been a few years, and these are like, they think that these things are liquid gold for river to sea. And so not only do they not give me a good price on it, they make me order them far in advance, which I'm very grateful to my fine friends. Thank you so much, because you've told me that this is the only time you've ever sold them for another box. So there you go. Let's see what else we got. A Chapo note. 90 is the only size with a dull nose. Dull nose. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Okay. I've got your feedback. We're gonna see how the votes go. Heck no. Here's what I want to know from the heck knows. Why? Do you suck like me with a Whopper, Plopper, or you just don't love it? I'd like to know. I mean, this is your box. I take all your feedback. This one's a 75. New fishing. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? Smash that like button. That would be amazing. Listen, if we can get to like 90 likes, I'll wear sleeveless shirts every time. Now, I only own this one. And truth be told, if I wear this underneath a collared shirt and go to a fancy restaurant, I get free dinner. I convinced my friend that these are so ridiculous, and we bought them at summer camp when we took the kids, that should we ever go to a fancy restaurant, I should get free dinner. And sure enough, we went out to dinner. We went to sushi. We spent like, oh no, we went to a steak dinner. We spent like whatever, a lot of money. And I pulled off my button-down shirt, and there I am wearing this ridiculous shirt. And so now I got to keep it. All right. Moving on to bait number 2. I recently gave some of these away in a free bait Friday. Now, if you're new to Monster Bass, I'm going to send you a code every Friday, and you can get a free bait. Now, yes, you got to pay shipping. But listen, you can go place another order somewhere, get something, you're getting a free bait. I don't care if you get it, give it to your friends, do whatever. You're getting a free pack of baits. All right. Now, new from Bass Mooch. I told you that they were all the slim solos. And I had a phone call with a very unhappy customer. And I'm grateful that he was unhappy, because he asked to talk to me in customer service. Gave me his number, and I talked to him for 45 minutes. They were not the slim solos. I checked my purchase order. The purchase order said slim solos. Every conversation with the company said slim solos, but they sent me the Flow Worm 7. So I'm going to show you guys. So this is a company out of the Southeast. This is a Hank Cherry design bait. I'm going to show it to you. These are slathered in moon juice. I might regret actually showing this. So this is a 7-inch. This is called Matt's Money. I don't know why it's not called Hank's Honey, because it's Hank Cherry. It's like a 7-inch worm. It does have a very flat side. It does have a very flat side. They tell me that these are great nose hook. They're great Texas rigged. They're great. I think it's too thin for wacky. That's my opinion. But see, this goes like wacky rig. Sure. I like something of a bigger profile when I'm doing that, and I'm going to show you something as well. They are slimy. They do have a flat side. Now, what I'd like you guys to help me with is, A, hit the thumbs up button, because I need some more likes to get to the point of no return with my sleeveless shirts. But I'd like to know, what does the flat side do? Right? I can sit here and I can lay it on this, and it lays nice and flat. It's beautiful worm. It's got some bruise. It's got some pumpkin. It's got some flake. But why the flat side? What does that actually do? Like, if this was fully round, what's that going to do? What does the flat side actually do? Besides present the colors a little bit differently. I ran into these guys at the Bassmaster Classic. Never seen it. And so I got together with them. And I got together with them and tried to work out a deal. So we're going to see 3 different baits from these guys over the next year. Rafi, could you do me a favor and text Michelle and let her know I can't get her a code right now because I'm in the middle of this? Thank you so much. So, Bass Mooch, you're going to see these guys in the box 3 times over the next year. I want to know what you guys think. Brian Rand got a pack. He likes the color in action so far, but he's more of a grande bass fan than the Airtail Wiggler. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so Chaplain Cap says that the flat side slows down the drag as it sinks. Acts like a keel to keep it from spinning much. Okay. Here's my question. How do we know? How do we know? Like is a newer, let's say, someone who's newer to fishing, because you guys have been fishing your entire lives. I took like a 30-year break when I had a kid. So, and truth be told, fishing with my father was not a lot of fun. As you know, I've told you, there's so many rules in the boat. No talking. Don't do this. Don't do that. God, I just wanted fishing to be fun. So, you fish the wobble, tank test. Yeah. Acts as a keel, slows down the drag. So my question to you guys isn't so much about, are you excited to see this in the box? My question to you is, do you want to see more brands like Bass Mooch in the box that you haven't heard of? Or do you want me to just continue to give you the Z-Mans and the Strike Kings of the world? Or do you want the healthy mix? Because to me, I'm like, I can come across brands like this that are like Bose Jigs, like new and up and coming brands. I want to know if these are the kinds of things you want. Here's what I can't tell you. We could do a whole show about baits produced in China, and I couldn't tell you where these are produced because it just says designed in the USA. Do you want more brands that you haven't heard of in the box so that you can get exposed to them and try and learn more about like what's new, what's different than like what might be your store? Because I'm guessing these aren't at any of the stores you guys shop at. But if you guys go into your local shops, the way that we have like Grande Bass, like go into your local shops, have a conversation with them, and then call us from the shop and let us get on the phone so that we can hear like why you guys like these things. Because the way I look at it is, if I can help Bass Mooch get into like 10 more shops, I'm helping a small business, and you're helping a small business. And I feel like that's what that's really important. So there you go. Wolfgang, can you guys make a super high-end, ultra-sensitive, 100% graphite? How difficult would it be? The answer is it wouldn't be difficult. We could do it if there was demand. And right now I'm working on a BFS series. We had the rod designer on and talked all about it. And we're going to have those up on the site ready for pre-order pretty soon. And there's Eric Myers. You don't have to or anything. Like I said before, I don't know about problems with my business unless I hear about it. And so I'm super grateful that I got to spend time with you. I really enjoyed the conversation. I learned a lot. And actually, we spent a lot of time on the phone, so I enjoyed the conversation. So Eric Myers, you do not owe me an apology. I am grateful that you called. So thank you very much. I'm a little embarrassed that you have to see me wearing a shirt with no sleeves, but there you go. All right. That's bait number 2. Let's see what the survey says. Why not a mix of both? Yes, discovering new baits it is. A little limited run of product. I agree. Okay. I'm going to go back to some tried and true. And I'm not going to show you the bait because I don't actually have it because the reason they just arrived this morning, right? And sometimes the best laid plans don't always work out. Like my goal is to get the baits in my warehouse 20 days before we start kitting. And the goal is to submit it to the warehouse by the 15th so that we can start kitting on the 20th of the month so I can get the boxes guaranteed out to you shipping on the 1st. Sometimes it doesn't. And it's no fault of anyone's other than the fact that sometimes shipments in process just take a little bit more time. And so the next bait up, and I'm not going to spend much time talking about it because I don't have it, but it's a Z-Man boar hog. And you know, the Z-Man Warthog. I'm just gonna look it up here just so I can have it. It's a 5-pack, and it's great for flipping and casting. It's great for Carolina rigging, punching. There's a ton of options in terms of the way to fish those baits. And again, uh, these were in our box 4.5 years ago and have not been back since. When I say they haven't been in 4 years ago, like, look, sometimes you run out of options. Like, I can ask for all the new stuff. Like, I'll give you a good example. My really good friends, one of the nicest men in all of fishing that runs a brand is Jim Van Ryn. So X Zone. He and his boys run that company. He comes out with great baits. He's always been kind to me in terms of like helping me, like guiding me in terms of running the company and what to do, not to do, and just how to be like legit. And it's easy to get all the baits, the baits that you guys have seen in the boxes before. And I can go back to find a bait that hasn't been in the box for 3 years. We can do that. But he just came out with these new baits. And I would love to get those new baits in the box. And so we're actually having a conversation. How do we get those new baits in the box? Obviously you announce them and you got to immediately flood the stores. So I can't tell you when it's coming, but I promise you it's going to come. So if you're just tuning in, we're going to September box. We went through the fact that the Whopper Plopper was in it, Bass Mooch, some Z-Man Boar Hogs, and we also talked about that the boxes will start shipping because of Labor Day weekend, and the warehouse gave everybody the time off. And it's not my warehouse; I use a third party. They just started kitting and shipping, so they'll start shipping this week. A couple days behind. Apologize, but there you have it. What else did we talk about? We talked about fishing, football. Scott Vermonter wants to know if we can have some more D-bombs. I got something better for you, and I could probably show you guys pictures tonight. But I'll digress, and I'll tell you now. So Debo, in the spring we came out with our bigger version of the new square banger. And, I get it. It's a little big for some of you. We have a 1.5 version that we're calling the Little Banger, and that will come in 4 exclusive colors that Debo painted. His signature will be on it, and you will have the option of getting one of those, buying the other 3. Debo will get a cut of some of those. We will donate a percentage to Monsterbass Cares, because whenever we do these limited edition things, I think it's important because, they carry just a little bit of a higher price tag because once they're gone, they're gone. And but I want Debo to benefit. I want Monsterbass Cares to benefit. And if you're not sure what Monsterbass Cares is, you can head over to our website. Monsterbass Cares is our program where we give back to all the veterans and their families that have made the ultimate sacrifice so that I can sit here and wear a sleeveless shirt, talk to you guys, and take for granted all the freedoms that I have. Now, I don't take them for granted, but, I think a lot of people do. So there you have it. That's a quick little catch up. Let's see. Next box. Do me a favor. I need a thumbs up, please. If you're just tuning in, get me some thumbs up because if we get to, I think we said 90, I'll wear a sleeveless shirt. I'll have to go buy some on Amazon or something because it's not usually something I would ever wear, but it's like 800 degrees here in Los Angeles, and so there you have it. Commercials still. What commercials? What are you talking about? Oh, God, did I screw this up? You guys got commercials? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I will figure this out. Figure this out. Let's go next. From Hendrick's Fishing. Again, another small business. So we've had a couple. We've had 2 brands that you guys know, 2 smaller brands that you may not. And so I am, in my effort to support some smaller brands, I have chosen to work with Hendrick's Fishing. And Hendrick's Fishing is a gentleman. His name is Tyler, and Tyler Tyler Irwin is his. He's the owner of Hendrick's Fishing, primarily a topwater guy, makes some jigs, and we've got this frog. It's his voodoo frog. It hasn't been in the box before. It is a razor sharp mustad hooks, venting like weight placement, super soft, and one of the colors. So 1,000 of you will get a gold glitter frog that is his limited edition color that he made just for us. This frog is super supple. Fishing with Gramps loves his frogs, and I'm pretty sure that's what he's smacking smallies on right now. Not really. We all know Gramps doesn't love frogs, but what we do know is small, individual proprietor, sold at some retailers. He makes a great little frog. Again, the quality of the frog is great. Quality of the plastic, quality of the hooks, and this is one that I think you guys are going to love. The big question I have for you guys is, when I look at frogs, and we all know that I have failed in my attempt to make frogs, and that's why there's not a frog in the Monster Bass brand. When I look at frogs, I always look at the bottom of the keel, right? Is it just gonna drag, or is it gonna walk? And when I think about the quality of a frog, I'm like, who's got one? And oddly enough, Z-Man, and they don't do anything wrong. Z-Man does really good stuff. If you look at the underside of their frog, it is second to none. This frog you can see it. This frog has it too, and I've thrown this one in the pool. I've not thrown this one in the water. It's got the vent so that you can blow out the water. He's got his logo on the bottom, so he's gone through the effort of like making a quality product. But what I want to know from you guys is, you guys trim the legs, and if so, why? And I've heard all the stories, but let's say I'm new to fishing, and let's say I'm new to I'm not great with topwater. It scares me because I'm not quite sure what I should be doing. Why do you guys trim the legs? And then more importantly, why do you boil them? I know the answer to why you boil them. I'm not sure that unless it's made from really hard plastic, it's you shouldn't need to. I don't think you need to with this frog. This frog looks great. Because Chad Hoover said so. Well, if Chad Hoover said so, I'd argue. I mean, after all, the man knows how to fish from a kayak. But does that mean he knows how to fish a frog? Cast of Nasties. I would love to get this guy in the show. I see you in the chat. We should have a conversation. You make your own baits. Let's have a conversation about making baits. So there is another frog. So now we've had two brand names you guys know and trust. We've had two small businesses that I'm proud to support. So flip it over so the legs down and trim. Some frogs have excessive legs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Or do what Fishing the Lone Star says. Buy a different frog. Okay. There's that. All right. We're going to talk about this next item because I'm thinking. The key word here, folks, is thinking. I'm thinking about telling you something, but I need a few more thumbs up. Just so. I feel like we're onto something here. All right, Debo said trim the frog legs. Chad Hoover said so. Okay. So you got these worms. We got all sorts of worms. We got all sorts of hooks. So this month I'm giving you guys, this month I'm giving you a 6-pack. A 6-pack of 2-aught worm hooks. Why 2-aught, Rick? Why 2-aught? I'll tell you why. Because I've sent you a ton of 3-aught. I've sent you a ton of 4-aught. I've sent you 5-aught. I feel like you must have enough EWG hooks to save your lives. So I sent you a 6-pack of 2-aught worm hooks. Everyone has a need. And there you have it. So my question to you, actually, before I get to the question, everyone in the chat that's saying they see 62, stop it. Stop it right now. It's all about pumping up my ego a little bit, making me feel a little bit better, for the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt. I could use a few more likes. It'd make me feel better. So there you go. 2-aught hooks. Now, my question to you is this. If I didn't give you guys any more hooks, and instead of hooks, I replaced it with a pack of soft plastics in my effort to give you more value, would that be okay? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of hooks altogether. I think pairing it up all is different. But every now and then, what I'd like to do is and give you a little bit more value. So my question is, would that be okay? I'd give you another pack of soft plastics. I'd love to know. Please, I could use your input here. Okay. Extra soft plastic. Wow, somebody wants hooks. You guys shocked me all the time. Because I would have been like, I'll guarantee you that 90% of the people are going to tell me soft plastics. Okay. I mean, they're surprising me. I know you make your own baits cast of nasty. I do. I'm not sleeping under a rock. I know you make them. I mean, maybe we can do a small run. I don't know what your production capabilities are, the cost, but I'd love to. I think if I could put them in the box and feature you, I think a lot more people would be trying your baits. It's just me. Yeah, we could do a small run. I'd love that. Get you on the show, talk about it. We'll randomly put in X number of bags in the box. That'd be so dope. I'm doing that with 5150 plastic. You guys hadn't heard from these guys out of Arizona. Great. Hooks. Done. God, I can't wait to show you guys these. I'm going to do a sneak peek for next month. All right. What's a crafter's box? And T-Rex, no, we did not hear back from Matt. We're going to try and call him. All right. Oh, no. We got some more. Now, this is a bait. This is a bait I came out with a long time ago. And I put it in the box. But I've since upgraded it. And none of y'all have received this in the box. I know this to be true. I know this to be true because I've upgraded hooks, paint schemes, a little bit of the internals. It even comes in a fancy plastic bag to make sure that it stays protected for you. Okay. I started the show by talking about September being one of my favorite months, right? Like it's one of my favorite months. Guys, I'm sorry about the ads. I don't normally set this stuff up, so if there's an ad coming, sorry. Oh, before I do this, yeah, guys, when I say hooks, I mean just straight hooks. I don't mean like jig heads. I don't mean underspins. I think of them different. I think of a pack of hooks as being a pack of hooks. We've all got it. Okay. Ragnar from Monster Bass. If you've got the old one, you might have the first version that doesn't have a treble. Sorry, you might have the first version that does not have a feathered treble. You might have the second version that has Japanese katana hooks, or you might have the third version because you're getting it in this month's box. What you're going to notice about this, so this is the a limited edition color. And what I decided to do was take all the limited edition that I had left and put them in the box. It doesn't mean you're all getting one because it's limited edition. I don't have enough. This is Orange Julius. And yes, I used to go to Orange Julius at the mall. And yes, this color has a gold, yellowish hue to the body. And then, you know, it's got the color on the bottom because let's face it, the fish don't see the top, but they do see that bottom. So this has been upgraded. It's got 3 mustache short shank. Why short shank? I once got a schooling from Alex Rudd on hooks, and when we designed the hammerhead, he was insistent that we had those on there. And so this is the Monsterbass Ragnar, and you'll see like right about here, you'll see there's a little, see that little glass ball? And what I found by adding just that tiny bit, that when it sits in the water, it just sits just a tiny bit up. This thing walks like nobody's business. If you are learning how to walk the dog, this is a great bait to learn how to walk the dog with. And I recommend, like, when you get this, watch the video on it, send it to everyone. And while we're sitting here stuck at 69, I want to apologize to Spectre OH121 who said that this is a boring unboxing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a boring person. I'm doing the best that I can, and I will go back through my show notes and see if I can find ways to do this. So thank you for your feedback. This limited edition color, the eyes are different, and what I try to do on anything that's limited edition is change up the eyes a little bit and then make the patterns be something that's a little bit different. So my question to you guys around this bait is, when you're throwing this bait, what time of year are you throwing it? And I know not in the dead of summer. Actually, Cisco, Excite's version of this bait came out after mine. I know it because they tried to sell me a bunch of them. I know where he got the mold. I mean, listen, everyone that's got a bait like this has pretty much bought all of the old Reaction Innovation Vixen mold. And Reaction Innovation used to make all their stuff at the factory that I was at, and at the factory a lot of people were at. And for whatever reason, I believe that it wasn't paid, and the factory stole all the molds. And so the one that you're seeing from Excite is from the same place. Now, some of the changes that have been made, and so I think everyone's got a little bit different version of it. in terms of sound and quality like that. So the pattern is one that I created. It's limited edition. Comes in 8 other patterns. Some of you are going to get some of those patterns. Really proud of this bait because for me, when it comes to topwater, I've caught some of my biggest topwater on this bait. It's one of my favorites. 4 and 7. It's 4 3/4 long. It's 3/4 of an ounce, so it's a heavier bait. But this is something that I think you guys are going to love. And if you don't love topwater, that's fine. Here's what I think. Try it. Try it. You know, I went fishing with Scott and Roland Martin, and one thing he said to me way back when I got in this industry was, just because you don't think it's good for your area doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. It probably means you don't have enough confidence in it. And I think that if you give it a try and you really stick with it, right? And anyone that's, you know, all the teachers, all the people that have ever taught me anything about fishing have said, throwing it 10 times doesn't mean you've tried it. You guys spend all day with it. I'm not suggesting you spend all day with it, you know, every single day, but I would say plan a day, and just give topwater a try. Not only is it the best fun, is it the most fun to see everything, but man, when you do get a hit, it's pretty legit. So, Chad putting a pegboard together in the garage, make a wall of bait, starting steering at monster bass. Listen, if you guys are creating your own walls for your videos and stuff, and you want something, whether it's you want a Monsterbass banner or you need something, hit me up at rick@monsterbass.com. We'll see what we can do, and I'll see if I can help you out. Because at the end of the day, I'm helping you, you're helping me. We do it. Someone asked me a question about Headbanger. Yeah. Headbanger's been in the box once. The Rocker Head. I know those guys really well. They're from Europe. Headbanger, and they were one of the unfortunate that got screwed by Mystery when Ketchco went bankrupt. And those guys with a lot of unpaid bills. You know, when you've got a small business and someone leaves you $20,000, that's a lot of money to a brand, a smaller brand. And most of these brands, $20,000. I'll tell you what, Hendrick Fishing, $20,000 puts them out of business. Hendrick or Bass Mooch might put them out of business, right? Like $20,000. And so I'm not knocking Mystery because it was bad for the entire industry, but when they went out of business, man, oof. And some of you are like, what do you mean they went out of business? They're still selling boxes. They're selling boxes. The new company that bought them for pennies on the dollar, didn't pay any suppliers, and now it's all pure profit. They are set. Every bait you get in that box is stuff that's been sitting around for a while. Like a good example is Smart Baits. Last month they had Smart Baits in the box. I'm friends with the owners. They helped the owners of Smart Baits helped me get funded to start Monsterbass, and they haven't been in business for years. They haven't been in business for years. They just happen to be in the warehousing business, and they have a website. So when an order comes in, they fulfill it with leftover inventory. But they're not really in business. Enough of that. So, last but not least, you guys like poppers? I love poppers. In fact, I'm willing to put the Mad Max popper against every other. Wait, Chris Holly, when you say I'm having audio problems, what are we talking about? These boxes are trash. Don't buy them. Zachary Willett, if these boxes are trash, you just want to sit here and talk trash. Why are you even here, bro? Like, why come be a part of this community and then talk shit? Like, I'm open to everybody's opinions, but not when it's just blatantly nonsense. Like, don't sit here and trash my livelihood, trash my business. You want constructive criticism or you want to give me constructive criticism? Go for it all day long. I'll take it. Everyone knows it. But like sitting here and telling me that my stuff is trash, get out of here. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Like, the world is full of haters. We don't need more haters like you. Seriously. Like, if you've got constructive criticism, give it to me. But don't just sit here and talk trash. You've probably never even bought my box. Ugh. Ugh. Brian Rand, to answer your question about Mad Max Poppers, not this month, but you are all going to get one. I sold out, and I'm waiting on the next shipment. I was hoping it was going to be part of this month, but it's not. So I called my good friend Louie. And Louie owns Arc. Arc, I think, came into this industry and got a bad rap because they produced a rod that just didn't do great. They've course corrected. They've done a really great job. And now they make some baits that are just really amazing. And they're all over the tour. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Zachary Willis. Okay. Now here's feedback I can work with. I bought the boxes multiple times, never had any true success. My argument to you is there isn't a bait that I put in these boxes. There isn't a bait that I put in these boxes that isn't good. Like, you can fish this on any lake in the country, anywhere, bro. Right? You can fish a popper. You can fish a Whopper popper anywhere in the country. So if you're having problems, then I want to help you. I want to help you. I want to help you catch more fish. I want to put you in touch with someone in the community that can give you the feedback and give you the tips or point you to some videos. I promise you, it's not because I'm sending you trash baits. I'm sending you 99% of what I'm sending you. You can get it at Tackle Warehouse. So if Tackle Warehouse is just full of trash, well, then we got a whole different problem. And in terms of the crazy colors, I'm going to make the argument that I don't. I personally don't take a lot of chances on colors. I stick to the tried and true because I want to set people up for success. The green pumpkins, the watermelons, the black and blues, right? Like there are times and places for almost every pattern. Sometimes you fish the day, sometimes you fish the night. And so if you get a bait that you think, okay, maybe you don't like, but to tell me that it's all trash, I got a problem. I'm sorry, I just do. I mean, I respect everybody's opinions when it's constructive or when it's good feedback. And I don't want anyone in the community to hate on him either. Like, I welcome good feedback. So listen, I apologize if we got a little feisty earlier, but look, at the end of the day, just tell me it's trash. I take offense to. So the bygones be bygones. I see that you bought a 3-month subscription in July, and I am more than happy. I'm more than happy to help you out, and I'm more than happy to give you some guidance and put you in touch with someone in the community that's a really experienced angler that could help you out, to catch more fish in Texas. Because listen, I've gone to Texas and caught nothing. I've gone out with guides, and I mean, listen, I fished a tournament there. We won't say with who because it wasn't his tournament. We just happened to fish on this lake, and it was it wasn't the greatest. So, look, happy to hook you up if you want help or you want me to put you in touch with someone in the community. Email me at rick@monsterbass.com. I'm happy to talk with you, and I'm happy to point you in the right direction because I want to set you up for success. All right, moving on. Louie at Arc makes some great baits. We've had a different size of this bait in the box before, but this is their 70. This is their Arc TP 70, the popper. The angle of this lip is a little bit different than, say, the Mad Max. It is definitely pronounced, and there, in my opinion, there's pros and cons for it. It's chug on water. No question. For me, I like it a little bit less pronounced. I don't want it to dive. I want it to literally walk across the water, chug and spit and do all that. I haven't had enough time on the water to tell you how it chugs, how it spits. Because remember, I run a fishing company. That means I don't get to go fishing as much as you guys. So, this bait is pretty amazing. And I think you guys are going to love it. And I can't wait to hear, because September is probably one of my favorite times for poppers. And I promise you, I'm going to be throwing the Mad Max. And you guys are all going to get one of them hopefully next month. We'll see. I got to make sure that I've got enough for you and that they're going to come in on time, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get you guys to get your boxes early in the month. And if you're getting your boxes later in the month, email support@monsterbass.com. Send an email to support@monsterbass.com. Ask them to move you up to the very beginning of the month. Just to say, change my ship date to the beginning of the month. I'll make sure you get your box at the very beginning of the month. Right? So, yeah, there's some stickers, and I don't know which stickers in it. I want you to keep in mind what I showed you guys may not be exactly what you're getting. You're all getting a frog. You're all getting a Whopper. I promise you're all getting a Ragnar. You're all going to get a lot of these baits. And I think you're all going to be pretty happy with this box. Again, I recommend opening up the guidebook. I recommend reading. I recommend hitting our YouTube channel or our website, finding the tips that you need. I mean, there's a QR code for a reason. And, we're going to continue to help you guys by introducing you to new baits, showing you how to use them, because at the end of the day, we want to catch more fish. And I'd love to see the fish that you're proud of. So if you head over to monsterbass.com/PB, upload your pics to the trophy room. I don't care how big. I don't care how small. My PB is 5'1", smaller than most viewers. I'm proud of it. I had a great time catching it. I won't forget it, and I do look forward to really punching it up and doing better. One of the things I'm committed to is getting better. And so I reached out to every guide on Castaic. Castaic here in California is one of the top fisheries. And I'm going to go out twice a month. I'm going to film it. I'm going to show you guys my progression. I'm going to learn. I'm going to be a student of the game. And I'm going to put the baits that we are, sending in the box to the test, because it's one thing to throw them in a pool. It's another thing to get them out there in the water. I've got enough guys that are putting these baits to the test out there, but I want to put them to the test, share my experiences. I'm going to fish everything on a lunker stick. Again, if you're tuning in live and you don't know what a lunker stick is, we produce the line of rods, about 129, 139 bucks, and they're backed by a no questions asked warranty. You break it, I don't care if you snap it in the car door. $50, that includes shipping. We'll replace it. We work with a really great rod designer. I think they're great rods. I'm just saying that because they're ours. I'm really proud of the rods that we created. We got a BFS series coming, which I think you guys are going to love. And we got a lot of exciting things. I will show you a bait that's coming next month. I'm not going to show you the brand, only because their website's not up and I'm going to show you these baits because they're coming in next month. All right, drum roll, please. I said drum roll, please. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this here. I am hooking you guys all up. I don't know if you guys can see this. I might need to get a I'm setting you guys up next month with weedless, tungsten weedless wacky rigs. And I'll tell you more about this next week. They're going to come black, they come in green pumpkin, and I am committed to hooking you guys up with new products like this. Now, I get it. Other brands make it. They've been making them in Japan forever. I'm going to start bringing stuff like this to you guys. This is from a veteran-owned and operated brand. I'm really excited to put these along with some tungsten nail weights, a worm, all the things that you guys need to fish wacky Nico. And that's going to be part of next month's box. And I hope you guys are excited about that because it's something that I've been working on for a little bit. And I want you guys to know that I am going to stop manufacturing Monster Bass tungsten. I'm only going to support this veteran-owned organization because I think, whoa, darn it! I think what they're doing is great, and I want you guys to be all over it. And then we have a big announcement next week. We're going to talk a lot about it. So, I had hoped to do the real challenge. Now, here's the challenge. I'll give you guys a heads up. Give me a couple thumbs up. Thank you. We're going to do the reel challenge. It's a sample reel that some factory sent me. I don't know. Live on air next week. I'm going to time it and we're going to spool it as fast as I possibly can. And then you guys can do it too. And if you want to record it yourselves, do it. 100 yards of whatever fluoro you want. Time the whole thing. And whoever does it the fastest is going to get. I found this rod in my garage and I got to get rid of it. It's from Favorite. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the price tag on it is $249. I'll give you your choice of that rod or a lunker stick. We're going to time it, and then we're all going to go we're going to try and do the reel challenge. We're going to see who can spin a reel start to finish the fastest. So there you have it. And next week, we're going to have a big announcement about this tungsten brand. And probably have a few people on to talk about it all day. There you have it. You got a look at this month's box. And I think we went through it. I think it's pretty good. To everyone that provided feedback, thank you so much. To Zachary, I want to apologize if I got a little rough with you. But just telling me that it's trash isn't helpful. And you can tell me anything that you want. I gave you my email address. If you want to jump on a phone call, I'm happy to talk to you anytime, bro. Anytime. I don't claim to be right all the time. I admit when I'm wrong, and I take feedback really, really well. So if you didn't get the text message today, got a bunch of new apparel, and we've spend $20 on anything in the store today, you get a free hat. Pick out the hat that you want. It comes in 4 different, whatever. But look, I'm gonna let you guys go. Give you back your day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had a great time, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Monsterbass community. I love you guys all so much. And again, Rick at monsterbass.com. If you've got feedback on how to help make this community better or what you'd like to see me do different, shoot me an email. All right. Appreciate you guys all. Have a great night. I'll talk to you guys soon.